We have to make it feel like you're in a lineup. You know, we just had Matheson here, and now you. We have to be sure we can tell you apart. So, how, how nerve-wracking was it the last 10 minutes?
Nervous that we might not get the equaliser, we might not get another goal once we got the equaliser. It was extremely disappointing that maybe one of the least dangerous chances they had slipped in. They had a couple of good other chances which we defended. Ashlyn, I think Chapman and Tony are absolute rocks back there. Three key people in central areas. The performance that they put in and the pressure they took off us when they did create good stuff. And they're a very, very strong team, and they're probably the team that's in the most form, and they keep the ball so well. I think what I was really pleased and we're pleased with was they had it in areas they didn't really want it, and they didn't get often into the areas they wanted to. I mean, watching tape and watching against other strong teams, they get into the central third easily, they get turned, they switch it 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Once we got tired, they started opening the game up. But I felt defensively we kept them where we wanted to, which was something we were very determined to do. And obviously that set us up to win the ball back quicker and more often. And I think we just need to improve going forward, and that's been our objective, but improve going forward with just more consistency. Not necessarily have to be quality, just more consistency. But otherwise, extremely pleasing. So pleasing. The amount of workload that players put in, physically, mentally, asking them to do new roles, and to get so many players understanding new roles and physically doing it. And one of the players said to me at half-time she might have 10 minutes. She played another 45 minutes. That mental strength is absolutely incredible, but that's what's going to inspire the rest of us. That sort of stuff. Very pleasing.
A lot of possession going forward in the first half, but trouble linking up with County Polars. Do you think it's just a matter of time before those start turning into chances?
Yeah, I think because she's such a great player that we want to find her. We necessarily don't really want to find her back to goal with 2 centre-backs up her backside, so we've got to be more patient. We're looking and thinking, what a great player, let's give her the ball. We don't need to. We've got other good players in midfield and in wide areas. We'll find Connie later on, and we talked about that on Monday, and today, you know, we kept the ball in less dangerous areas, but players completed a lot of passes. Players got very confident. Centre-backs felt good, and instead of maybe being a bit more penetrative, losing it and then coming straight back down our throats, it bought us time on the ball and meant that we didn't have to defend as much. So I really enjoyed us sharing more passes, being a bit more expansive on the ball, although we weren't dangerous with it. And that's going to come. We're going to have to be patient. And I'm talking patient from now, not, you know, we've been saying goals and chances for the last 6-7 weeks. I'm saying patience from now. We created 2 golden one-on-one opportunities that didn't quite happen, and there were players that we'd want in the opportunities. If we can get them players making 3 or 4 opportunities and getting in on goal 3 or 4 times, they're going to get some goals. So we're patience going forward. But more importantly, how we do work off the ball will set us up for that. And when we get on it, if we can find our midfield, and you see the 3 girls in there, such talented individuals, we get them on the ball more, and we get them on the turn more, and we get them in the central third going towards our goal more, we won't have to think about attacking too much, because they're so talented.
Good evening, Coach. Tonight was obviously your debut, but you've had a lot of success with the reserve team and the DC United and Chelsea in the past. What kind of changes are you trying to implement to get this team on a winning track?
It's hard to say changes. I think the word we use is a fresh start. There's so many talented players. It's almost 2 training sessions we had was our mini pre-season, and we started from scratch. And I don't want to say changes or adaptations, and I don't want to look backwards, because I think it's healthy just to say let's start again. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to defend and win the ball back earlier and save us running by doing that. And now we have that energy, we can be better on the ball, get key players on the ball, be patient on the ball. And that's tough. We've got players there that want to get forward, that want to get chances, want to get goals. And it's going to take time to build that mentality to be more patient and to make teams work and to stretch teams. I think although they may not have felt like they're in danger too often, I reckon they've done a lot more running than they previously done against very strong teams on the top of the table, because they're going side to side, doing a lot of running. Maybe they're slowing us down and stopping us go where we want, but they had to work hard for it, and it was really pleasing. So defend quicker, get the ball back quicker, and when we get it, be patient and move the ball. get key players on the ball in key areas. And from that, chances will come. From chances, goals will come. And we could be looking at a 2-1 next time.
I think the team in general will exhale a bit, having scored now, so they're not carrying the scoreless streak with them.
Yes, we've been preparing ourselves mentally that the point of the 3 points may not come for a couple of games, or 3 or 4 games. And preparing for it and saying that it will take us 3 or 4 games, because it will, performance-wise. So this is a real bonus. I think this team, I said it just now, it's one of the best teams in the league right now, and the way they move the ball. This is a bonus. The performance was extremely pleasing, and I would be greedy, but if we nick one of our one-on-ones earlier, before their goal, imagine what that would have, instead of our confidence went through the roof when we equalised, imagine what it had done if we went 1-0 up. So that's just something we've got to keep believing and dreaming of, because that will happen. And I think when that happens, you're going to see our players getting more time on the ball while the other teams push forward more, and that gives a chance to get some more goals. So it's try not to focus on that final product too much. The more you focus on it, the more pressure you're going to put on. We get the other things right, we do key things properly, that stuff will happen naturally.
Obviously, the overall record is not good. Had this been the first game of the season instead of your first game, would you be extremely pleased? Like, would this have been a good way to start a season?
Yes, and that's our mentality. This is. I know we're in a position that we're in, and we can mentally say this is the start of the season, but it truly is, and it has to be. We can keep looking forward, and the first 3 games for us, for me coming in, and for us starting again, were really tough 3 games, and getting this point early is only going to help us. We're going to have, over the next 3 or 4 weeks, there's going to be games where this goes against us, or we're 1-0 up and someone comes back, and it's going to be important to see how we recover from them setbacks, because that's what's happened previously, and it might bring back some old memories. But tonight, you go 1-0 down, show the character of all the work we put in. We earned our luck a little bit with the chances we got towards the end and with the penalty, and it was so pleasing when obviously Diana put it in.
You moved Steph Oaks back up to forward. How'd you feel about how that worked?
She then moved back out right when we scored. She might have got like 4.2 minutes out there. So she's a very talented player that when we've spoken, we've talked about making things extremely simple and bringing the best out of her game. She can play 9, she can play out wide left, she can play out wide right. She's going to do good damage and healthy damage. If we get her on the ball in the right areas, 1v1 with 2v1s, the more opportunities we get her to do that, she's going to get better and build more confidence. And the second half performance from her was 5 times better than the first half. And we just went in there half time, and we just told her how strong she was and how hard she worked, and to keep going in the second half. And so we might see her up front again, and I know she gives us that physical edge up there. At the same time, if we do that, it might lead us to think, hey, we can just get it into there quick and fast, but it's not necessarily the type of soccer that I'll be striving for. I really want us to play good attacking soccer and be patient, and that will take time.
In the second half, you pushed Ali Krieger out of defense up a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that was for you, Bo. I thouut you'd like that one. You've been pushing for her around the
I'm
right
not the
wing,
one doing that. People are telling me.
Yeah. You saw us go 1-0 behind in a game that I thought a 0-0, 1-1 would have been fair when we conceded that goal, and I felt that Ali would have had the beating of that fullback, and Kika would sit in very well there, and we never really saw it. We never gave time for Ali to adjust. But then you've got a player like Ali, we've got to play to her strengths at the same time in games like that. She's someone that we might have to move around to secure things or to go after things. So, I mean, hopefully I don't have to do that too often. Hopefully I can keep her where she loves playing, where she loves attacking from, and obviously she can do her defensive stuff there as well.
Much appreciated for all your help tonight.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot, Coach. Thanks.